There's a story in your book where you talk about, I think you missed a connecting flight or something, and you were on the way to the FBI's Christmas party to play Santa Claus.
Yeah.
And you were, again, it was benign. It was just like a detail part of the story. It wasn't to prove a point, but like the gist of it was you basically talked yourself onto this plane. This woman opened the door for you afterwards, or did something that was totally non-standard. But it made me think, like, okay, is that some sort, like, what is that? Is that some sort of intangible human nature thing that helps you do a job like this?
It's me. That's just me being me. We can teach those kind of techniques maybe for like ingratiation, but that's just me being me. When I got stuck the other day coming out of Hollywood, that's what I did. I went up and I talked to the lady. Everybody's cussing, raising the I'm like, hey, I really would like to at least make it to Dallas tonight, you know? She's like, man, they're booked. And I go, are they really like booked? I lean in, I go, is it really booked? She goes, hang on, sweetheart. I said, oh, you called me sweetheart. That's good.
There it is.
That's good. So she hooked me up. She said, there's 2 flights here, blah, blah, blah. That's just it. I was just being nice. Again, it goes, I mean, I say again, but I did already talk about, like, not gift of gab, not really verbal judo, just being able to connect to people. Just being able to talk. Like, what good is it going to do? Everybody's pissed. Everybody's screaming. We're stuck in LAX for another 10 hours or whatever. You know, all the planes are filling up, but what do you, it's that you get more bees with honey kind of thing, you know? I'm just being nice. And it worked. Because that lady in the story you're talking about, yeah, it was completely booked. It was sold out. All kinds of people on standby. She said, no matter what I say, don't leave. And I said, you got it. I went over, sat down. She shuts the door, no more standby. Everybody's like, son of a kicking stuff, walking up. I can't believe it. As they start disappearing, their voices are getting quieter because they're getting farther away. She says, come here. She props the door. She swipes my thing, props the door, had 1 seat saved for me. Because I told her, I said, look, if I don't make it back on this next flight, I said, there's going to be a lot of kids in the Rio Grande Valley that aren't going to get Santa Claus tonight because I'm Santa Claus. Hope I didn't spoil anybody's. I was Santa's helper that night.
But dude, like, I have people in here, and we're doing a job. It's not like we're all having fun. We're talking about a specific story. I might have stuff that I want to ask you about, but I don't, because this is for the listener, right? But but just being around you, like, you're a fun guy to be around. Like, I can identify that at sort of a baseline level. Like, I like being around you, but and like, I guess what I'm getting at is there's, especially today, man, like, things have gone digital and people have a tough time connecting to other people, as you've probably experienced firsthand with the bass, and we'll get to that. But like, what would you recommend to people in terms of just little ways that they can, like, make a connection to people and not feel so, like, afraid to go talk to people and that sort of thing?
Ooh, that's a good one. Because I don't know if and a lot of times what happens with me is if I take the class and I see them break something down and they call it this method, I'm like, my brain already does that. I didn't know it was called a method, but that's just me as a person. So I guess it can be taught. It can be taught. It's like a guitar, like being a musician. You can technically learn how to play, but you could also inherit it and just pick it up and be able to fly, I say you just got to start talking to people. Be respectful. I do me. Right? I use what I've got. So I do a lot of self-deprecating humor, the Tommy Boy, Chris Farley stuff, because I used to be bigger, and that's part of aging. But I think I have this Cro-Magnon caveman thing, and my eyebrows are always like this. Apparently, my resting face looks like I'm angry all the time. I didn't realize it till I had my wife take so many pictures of me for options for the cover of the book. And I swear to you, dog, I'm like, I was smiling. I know I was smiling. I had my eyebrows up, and she takes the picture, and I'm like this, and I'm like, what is? So I do that to try to counter the why do you look so angry kind of thing. But you just need to be able to talk to people. And like you said, it's just gotten so divided, and COVID exacerbated everything, because then now you can't even see a face. And everybody's working from home, and it's just more exclusion, right? More you're being, I talked to people that in California, they never left their house for a year. I'm like, what? You come to East Tennessee, we were all walking around with no mask on. And everybody's like, you guys aren't wearing masks. I'm like, yeah, I know, but no offense to anybody that wore one, but it's just that causes more divide. And I think they've shown in the studies, right, that the kids are well behind because of what happened with COVID as far as not interacting and stuff. But as far as just connecting with people, come in with grace and patience. And that's not always easy, but I'll give you two versions of me. Me on the way to fight training or working out, coffee, music. Oh, yeah, let's go, man. I'm ready. I'm ready to go in there. Get out of my way. And after the workout or after fight training, here's me. Yacht rock. I'm playing some nice. I see somebody coming up hot. I put my blinker on and move over. I'm like, I know they're in a hurry. They're probably going to work out or something. But so try to come in more on the after workout. You know what I mean? It'll carry you a lot farther. Just be nice. That seems hard for people to do. And oh boy, here we go. It's okay for you to like something I don't. It's okay for me to like something you don't. We can still get along. It's like, do you like to eat? Me too. You like to breathe oxygen? I really do. I love oxygen, just start somewhere there, or if somebody like, I was having a conversation, I think with you guys downstairs, somebody the other night came up. I thought they really wanted to have a conversation. About 5 minutes into it, I was like, oh, you don't want to have a conversation. You just want to cut me off every time I was going to say something. Every time you ask me a question, I start to answer it, you cut me off and start berating and getting in my, and I'm like, it's time to break eye contact and walk away. I said, it's time for you to I turn my back, put my back right to him, I'm like, this ain't going to work, especially when somebody's drinking. Hard to reason with a drunk.
That'll add a little variable into the mix, huh?
Yeah. Got about 30 plus years of dealing with that.
What's up, guys? Thank you so much for taking the time to watch the interview. If you got anything out of this video at all, please like the video, leave me a comment, tell me what you thought of the video, tell me who you'd like to see on the show. I really appreciate the support. It goes a long way on these platforms, as you guys know. Most importantly, I have some excellent interviews coming up in the future that I'm really, really excited about. So please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of them. But that's it. Thank you for your support. I really appreciate it, and hope to see you again soon.